Hi, welcome to Galactic Command Tarot. This is a psychic beacon, so if you're watching this, then you're a member of Galactic Command. Now, you can choose to believe that or not, but as it is, you exist in one of two states or conditions, and that is either active or inactive. Now, active means everything I say or do or pull from the ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck will apply to you. Inactive means everything I say or do or pull from the ancient Galactic Command deck will not apply to you. To go from inactive to active, all you have to do is say, of my own free will, I volunteer for service with Galactic Command, and that is it. It's just a volunteer, but you're also acknowledging who you are. And what I'm actually doing is I'm trying to help you flip that switch inside of you. You know, it doesn't take much. Just a little bit of belief, a little bit of faith. We're light beings. This is Galactic Command. You've probably heard of us. Pleiadians, Arcturians, or whatever you want to call them. Pleiadians is, well, that's pretty much where I'm from anyways. And you're wondering, well, you don't look tall and white and blonde and blue-eyed. Well, that's that's where people are mistaken. Okay, here's an example. Okay, United States sent a man to the moon. Let's just use Neil Armstrong. Neil Armstrong's an average-sized guy. He's military, so his hair is cut short. He has, for all intents and purposes, he has blonde hair and blue eyes. And the other guys that might have brown hair, maybe dark hair, maybe brown eyes, maybe green eyes, who knows? I haven't looked it up. But anyways, the first person who lands on the moon is Neil Armstrong, blonde hair, blue eyes. If you lived on the moon, and those were the only people you came across, you would say, Earthlings are all blonde hair and blue-eyed, right? Because that's all you saw. Now, just so you know, there are races on other worlds, just like Earth. So we'll use Pleiadian as an example. Yes, there are people who look like American Indians. Yes, there are people who look like Chinese. Yes, there are people who look like Africans. They might not be exactly identical, but hey, the universe is diverse. And yes, there are people with blonde hair and blue eyes. So, there you go. And they have the different plant life, and the different animals. It's a world. It's a world. It's not a space station. It's a world. It has oceans and it has land. It has cities, but it also has countries. And it has trees, bushes, sun, everything that makes up a planet. And then diverse people. So, yes, I am Pleiadian, and if you want to get into the history of it, look up the Native Americans. The Native Americans, if you really dig deep into their folklore, you'll find some of them who actually say, yes, we come from the Pleiadian constellations. We are descendants of the Pleiadians. We are part of an outpost that was here long ago, and we were left behind. And it's kind of like along those lines, and we're waiting for them to come back. So that's it. And then when they were integrated, when the white people took over their reservations and put them into American schools and taught them how to read and write and all that stuff, they told them not to remember their origins or their folklore. So a lot of that was lost, but some of them still, by word of mouth, kept it secret, passed it along, did whatever they did for their way of writing it down, but still, we're Pleiadian. Anyways, This is the Ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck, manifested by Archangel Michael in the presence of the Almighty God. Now, it talks. Now, he was born here on the Twinflame Journey. He wanted to prove it could be done. So he forgot everything about himself. He was born into a human body, and he wasn't here to die on the cross or nothing like that. He was here to grow up, raise his vibrational frequency, and find his twin flame. And that's the story. And with him, it was a little more difficult because unlike humans, he had to actually raise his vibrational frequency to the point where he entered the angelic realm. And all of that, he actually became part of Galactic Command because that was one of the vibrational frequencies he had to attain. And so that's why he has a special love in his heart for Galactic Command, because I've just told you why angels and Galactic Command are connected. Because through Archangel Michael was a member of Galactic Command. So there you go. And that's why angels and Galactic Command and fifth dimensional beings and all that stuff are all part of the Ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck. Okay? So, let's get started. We'll shuffle the deck the way he taught his best friend, the third most powerful angel in the universe. And some people may say, well, that isn't the name of the third most powerful angel. Trust me, it is. People, well, they like to say, well, that's not what the Bible says. That's not what the agnostic reading says. That's what my belief system says. Well, there are 7 archangels, but they're not the ones most people think of. You know? But the big three, I'll just tell you. First, Archangel Michael. Second, Archangel Little Michelle. It's a girl. If you see her, she looks like a 14-year-old girl. Her name literally means Little Michael. And the third is Archangel Wendy, which means best friend. And those are the 3 most powerful angels there are. Okay? So, we've shuffled the deck. All you do is you shuffle it until you feel like stopping. That's if you want to ever decide to do your own tarot type readings. You just shuffle it until you feel like stopping. Take your left hand, cut it into 3 decks, put it back into 1. Now, you know what? I could do a Celtic cross. I could do whatever spread I wanted. I tried to do it all here in front of you so you can see. It doesn't matter. You could be saying, you know, I'm going to do a 7-card spread. I'm going to do a 9-card spread. It doesn't matter. You shuffle the deck, and then at the last minute, you say, you know what? I think I'll do a Celtic cross. It'll all work out. It doesn't matter what spread. Once you shuffle it and place it on the ground, you know, it will work. And that's how tarot works. All you got to do is just believe. All you got to do is say, okay, this feels good. This feels good. What do I want to do? I'll do the star spread. I'll do the mystic cross, you know, whatever. I'll do a 7-card spread. I'll sit here and go one after the other, reiterating. It don't matter. It'll all work out. Okay, so let's get started with your spread here. Page of Cups. Learning about love. There's another chapter going on in your life. There's a new level. Doesn't have to be a big level. You know, there is no definite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 25. They're just steps, pieces of a puzzle, pieces of a big puzzle. So you're entering another one. You're bringing with you the knowledge that you have inside of your heart. And this is, it's almost like a new mini adventure. Let's say like you're going to, a festival or a carnival, or an exhibition, or something, not just like going out and going to the grocery store. This is like a festival. That's how I would say this as a leveling up. It's like a mini adventure, and it's based upon what you have learned, and it's going to be very soon in your life. So you'll enjoy this. This will be nice. I mean, like I said, it's going to a festival, and now, when you go to a festival, you might buy the wrong food and go, yuck, or drink something and you go, hey, this is really good, but it's nothing terrible. You might just go, I'm not going to get on that ride, that made me sick. Or, well, I liked that demonstration, I wish I knew how they did it, but I know there's got to be, it's all that type of stuff. Just think of it as like a festival, a little mini adventure, and it's calling upon the stuff that's inside you. It's going to be relatively fun, it's going to be nice. You won't have anything bad to say about it, but it'll be a good time. You'll enjoy it. You'll be happy. Look at that. Two of Swords. See? You are going to be happy. Look at that. Yes or no? Balance. You are going to have some fun. Look at that. Feminine energy, but it's a young feminine energy, full of vitality and happiness and jumping up and down and running. You're going to feel good. That's what this means. You are going to feel good about what you're going to do. This little adventure, this might affect your whole life. In a way, because it's a level up, this might affect how you think about what's going on in your life. And, you might always look back at this and say, wow, this was nice. I remember when that happened. Now, if you don't notice, see the red sashes on both of them? In Galactic Command, those are what they call cadets or students, as you would say it. And they're learning about what it is to be a member of Galactic Command. They're learning the lessons. They're going through now I wouldn't say trials and tribulations. I would say that the skills and the adventure of learning, the adventure of having fun, of a teacher saying, you know what? Today we're going to have a field trip and we're going to go out and this is what you're going to do. I'm going to put a blindfold around you, give you two swords and say, hey, cut those apples in half. And it was like, what apples? Oh, the ones in front of you. Now you go find them. Fun. You're not going to be fighting anybody. There are moments when you have to learn to do something, yeah. And then there's moments when you have to show what you've learned. But like I said, as you can see, they're students and they're learning, and it's that happy energy. That's what this is. And there's that balance. See? So this is going to be fun. Like I said, this may be a mini adventure, like a festival. So you're going to have some fun. And now, that could be anything. Doesn't mean you're going to walk outside. Doesn't mean you're going to go down the street, but something may happen. Yeah, it might be a new skill. It might be a new food, but it's something. And you'll enjoy it. You'll like it. The moon. Subconsciously. Hidden talents. Hidden messages. This is part of something Galactic Command wants you to know want you to experience. There's lessons in this. And these lessons are being, you are an example. Let's put it like that. You are an example. What's going on, others are watching you and learning from it in Galactic Command. Now that's why it's fun. Because others are learning. See, you're passing on knowledge and information, and you know what? What happens to you in this moments when you're learning all these things and learning these little adventures, as we'll call them? See, that's you sleeping, being observed. Not only that, as you can see, you're being observed here. See the moon out in the window? That's a close-up of the moon. And look what's around the moon. Ships taking information from the person who's delivering the information he's getting from watching you and taking care of you and keeping an eye on you and seeing what's going on. As I said this before, you have two guardians that watch you all the time, closer to you than your skin. So this is another adventure that you're having, and they're using it to help others. Just because you have your two here doesn't mean that your guardian says, "Hey, come here." And somebody else from Galactic Command walks by, and then there's two people from Galactic Command, and then there's four guardians standing around. They say, "Hey, how's your guy doing?" "Fine." Has he done this? "No." "Well, my friend right here, they're doing something. So if that happens to you, you should look for this." So they're sharing that information. See what's happening to you? They're sharing the information, and that information could be downloaded to someone else. This could be you, but think, maybe a mile away there's another person sleeping in the bed, and they're saying, "Hey, let's share that information with this person." So it's that mini adventure that you're going on. And like I said, it's just like a festival. You could be going to go see a musician play. You actually could be going to a concert. But like I said, it's something. It's not ordinary. Okay, it's not ordinary. And it's the moon. So this is part of who you are, what's going on. It's part of the strategy is your life. Laura, Galactic Command, actions. Yes, and this is a big deal. It's not going to seem like first card out. It's not going to seem, and it's not going to be stressful at all for you. But look, Ace of Wands, actions. There is a hint of love connection in this. And it's actions. That's Laura. That's literally like the President of the United States saying, "I'm going to get this done," or the leader of a company, or a queen, if you want to call it. But this is her name's Laura. She's a major in Galactic Command, and she's literally like the political advisor or the person But when you ask a question, she won't give you an answer, but she'll give you a bunch of choices, and they're all good, and she'll say, pick one. And whatever you pick, it will change your story, but they're all good changes, and they're all of your own free will. Okay? But remember, first card out, festival. Good times. Good times. Have fun. Have fun. Go out. Think, whatever it is, even if you have that, if you drink a soda and you go, I don't like that soda, don't let that ruin you. It was something. You learned something. You learned something. And it means something. Look, Ace of Wands, actions. This is an action that will affect the rest of your life. And like I said, it's a leveling up. It's a leveling up. You're learning, see? Peace, harmony, and balance. And look, didn't I say before? It's going to be happy, nice, jumping up and around energy. And it means something. It really means something. Something so small. Even, when I start the Galactic Command Tarot deck, what's the first thing I ask you and tell you to do? Of your own free will, I volunteer for service with Galactic Command. It's just a few words. But what big words those are. You are taking accountability for yourself. You are flicking that switch up. It's just a little thing, but it means so much. Just like this little adventure, this little tiny adventure, this little festival, we'll just call it festival. With that happy, jumping around energy. It means something. It's good. And like I said, it's a leveling up, so this is great. It really is great. Look at that. Queen of Swords. It's going to help you go to the next level. Being knighted, look. A page becomes a knight. See, look. Still's got the red scarves, all the red bandanas, the belts. This is going to level you up. It's going to level you up. See, look. Right there. Learning. It's a cadet becoming a knight. See? A cadet. Learning to become a knight. This will help you. When this is done, you'll have fun. And you'll be a different person. I mean that. You will be a different person. That's why she's here. This is literally Galactic Command. Like, say this person here says, hey, I got something for you. You will be a different person when this is over. Bottom of the deck. And you won't have to worry so much about money anymore. Literally. You're going to be okay. This is a minor card. Now you're going to like this, but you really won't have to worry about money so much. Okay? So enjoy what's going to happen. You learn something. And you will be a different person afterwards. It'll help you in your life. Pentacles, life. All these positive cards. Especially that one, look. are going to be a different person after this. Your life isn't going to be like this. You're going to be that different person. I know I keep saying it, but jumping up, happy and filled with joy. You'll be okay. And you will learn from it. There you go. That's your reading. That applies today, tomorrow, or 1,000,000 years from now. It doesn't matter when you watch this. You know, nothing is too hard for the Almighty God. Like I said, you could find this 1,000,000 years from now, hidden in a vault on Mars. Open it up, and if you're a member of Galactic Command, or if you listen to the instructions at the beginning, it says, I volunteer for service at Galactic Command. This will help you at that moment. Okay? So, as the angels say, good luck, and I will talk to you later.